Brood 10,000 by Teal Livingston.
Do you think it has something to do with this terror unleashed?
Asked Lieutenant Ringman as she slipped the phone back into her pocket and closed up both sides of the briefcase.
I really don't know. It's possible. I visited the site. It resembles an uncoiling serpent and is steeped in both mystery and controversy. From what I remember, the serpent is generally accepted to have been built by what is now called the early woodland Adena culture, which existed in the area from between 500 BC to 200 AD, but the reasons for its existence have been highly debated.
The general, his sable features strikingly cast against high cheekbones and a sharp chin, removed another document with equal classification markings from Lieutenant Ringman's manila file folder and handed it over for Erica to read. In the Ohio River Valley lies the Serpent Mound, a roughly 1,300-foot long and 3-foot-high prehistoric effigy located along Brush Creek. It sits on a plateau at the ridge of a meteorite impact crater, aligns with winter and summer solstices and yearly equinoxes. 2 additional known mounds exist. Serpent Mound Park in Ontario, Canada, closed since 2009, and Loch Nell Serpent Mound in Scotland. First excavated in the late 1800s, the mound's origin and purpose remain unclear. Research, documented but unpublished, by the Department of the Interior for National Defense suggests the structure may be a warning. Something very destructive may lie underneath the fault line, an impact site of this ancient meteor. Further archaeology reveals fossilized remains dating back nearly 10,000 years. Research article, redacted, by Dr. Erica Knight, entomologist, corroborates findings. No further discoveries or possible understandings are known and will remain confidential. Erica looked up from the document. General West slid a series of photographs in front of her. Pictures of fossilized remains clearly outlining the sharp teeth and unusual size of what was undoubtedly a prehistoric cicada. These samples were taken from excavations of the Serpent Mound over 300 years ago. The reason it's a World Heritage Site, to keep its secrets protected.
I knew it!
Exclaimed the doctor, who sat back down on her squeaky stool and laughed.
They said I was crazy, misinformed. They were wrong.
Very much so, it seems, which confirms our very serious problem, Dr. Knight. Erica stood in horror.
Oh my God,
she exclaimed.
The most recent brood X cicadas, up to 1 million, can occupy 1 acre.
By our estimations, nearly 750 million cicadas have invaded. We've been firebombing and burning the surrounding area just to keep them at bay. Some even suggest we napalm the entire town. After evacuation efforts, of course.
Of course,
Dr. Knight echoed.
But keeping them at bay is not your problem, General. It's stopping them from mating and returning back into the ground.
Lieutenant Ringman exchanged a sharp glance with the general and audibly gasped.
After mating, each female will lay hundreds of eggs. The adults die, eggs hatch, cicada nymphs fall from the trees and burrow back underground, starting the cycle over again. How the hell do we come at that?
Whispered the lieutenant. The general added, we can sustain the community through food delivery. Those things can't eat through Kevlar suits or armored vehicles. Our hope was we wait them out until they die. But now, how do we destroy that many before they procreate?
You fight fire with fire, General,
said Erica with a grin. We've tried. Can't get close enough without being swarmed, even with body armor. By sheer numbers, those monsters could easily decimate any one of our staging areas and spread across the country. However, They stay put in the general vicinity, around town. The only reason we've been able to maintain our perimeter. The acrimonious lieutenant chimed in.
They're unstoppable, feasting on the blood of every living thing in sight. Lieutenant, can you guess what terrifies most of today's cicadas?
The doctor asked.
I don't know. Birds, cats, what?
She responded, incredulous.
One of their natural enemies is the killer wasp. A female flies around, searching intently for a juicy cicada. Upon finding her prey, she stings and paralyzes the insect, carries it underground, lays one egg inside, and closes up the burrow. It's a good-sized wasp, because you have to figure it has to be able to grab the cicada and fly with it. The paralyzed insect remains alive underground while the wasp larva feeds, ultimately taking it out.